Jennifer! Girl! This is what we're doing again. Wow. So I'm pregnant again in this economy. Before you say anything, I understand how babies are made, but I still didn't really believe I would be a mom of two under two. When I first found out I was pregnant, girl, my mind was racing all over the place because I have a toddler and she is 13 months and I already feel pretty overwhelmed right now with everything that I have to do for her. And we just settled into a really good routine that's predictable. I know when she wakes up in the morning, I know what I'm going to feed her, I know when she goes down for her nap, I know when she wakes up, I know what we do in the afternoon, and then she takes her second nap, and by the time her papa comes home, so my duties are relieved. We have a good routine. And because we have a good routine, I felt like I was just getting settled into my career again. I started working a little bit more. I'm whipping out these videos for you. I have big plans. And you know what? I know that there are a lot of moms that do the whole working and being a mom thing and kill it. But my first year of motherhood, I was questioning how that was possible. I know it gets a little bit better, but I was still questioning how that was possible. And I'm just starting to taste how it gets better, and then here we are. And I also hear all the horrible things. Okay, maybe I shouldn't say horrible, but like a lot of mothers complain about having kids that are close in age. And my mind went there like, oh my God, I'm gonna have 2 children under 2 years old. Can I handle it? Plus, my baby is just entering her toddler years, which means if you have kids, I feel like you know, they're active, they're busy. So of course I started thinking, how am I going to handle a toddler with a newborn? The other thing that came to my mind, which is a very interesting thought, I started asking myself, is it unfair to my current baby that I'm having another baby? Because all the attention right now is on her. It's all about her. And now things are gonna change. It's not only going to be about her anymore. So I was like, my God, is it unfair to her? Will I have enough time and space for me ever again? And it's the mental load of being a mom of one, and now I can only imagine is going to double. It's that mental load. Am I going to be able to handle it? So of course, when I first found out I was pregnant, I was all over the place. My mind was racing, and I find that I do what I usually do when I'm overwhelmed with something, is to just be by myself. I shut down, I live in my mind, and in my adult years, I'm realizing how much of a pattern that it is in my life. I don't like change, and when change that I did not control is coming, I can handle it, so I shut down. I've come to learn that about myself in my adult years, since I've been doing a lot of work in self-development, awareness, therapy, all of the good stuff that I highly recommend. I've come to learn that I don't like change, and worse, change that I can't control, or change that I did not welcome. And before you say, okay, well, you know how babies are made, you should have taken precautions. Well, let me tell you a little story about Jen as I make this Egyptian drink. Okay, this is very random, but I saw a video about an Egyptian lemonade, and ever since I saw it, girl, I feel like I've just been craving it. I really want to taste it, and I've even done some research. And turns out it's not just Egyptian, Brazilians do it. And when I was watching one of the videos, someone left a comment saying that Haitians do it too. I'm Haitian and I've never heard of this lemonade the way that it's made. So we're gonna try it as I tell you a little story. So this is Jen. Jen has been irregular when it comes to her menstrual cycles and dealing with hormonal imbalances since she was a teenager. It also spilled into her adulthood and even got worse. As a teenager, her mother was very concerned. She saw multiple doctors, and one doctor actually reassured her family that everything was going to be fine as long as she started the birth control pill. She started pretty early. She was 16 years old. The doctor said that the pill would regulate her cycles. But in fact, her condition never improved. It actually got much worse when she got off the pills 10 years later. Jen have had a lot of complications and hardship over the years when it comes to her cycles, how it affects her, and ultimately, how it would affect her journey to pregnancy. Jen will only get about 4 periods a year when she got off the birth control, if that. So when she tried to conceive with her husband, it was never successful or ended in miscarriages. She went to her OBGYN, who informed her that everything was fine and to just keep trying. And she kept trying for about 4+ years. One day, she decided to take matters into her own hands and saw a holistic nutritionist as well as a naturopath. She did multiple blood tests, adjusted her diet, and started taking the right supplements to support her hormonal health. Jen started to be regular again within a few months, which is something that she didn't even know was possible. And 6 months later, she was pregnant. Needless to say, Jen didn't think that pregnancy was something that would come easy to her. But as it turns out, all her husband had to do was breathe over her shoulder for it to happen. Now that you're up to date and our drink is done, let's taste it. Ooh. Okay. I didn't expect it to be so creamy. Oh my God. Oh my God, girl, you have to try this. You must try this. Oh. So let's get back to the story. When I found out I was pregnant, I was just all over the place. I'm not gonna say I didn't want more children. I just wanted a sense of normal first. And honestly, I don't even know what normal is anymore. It's almost like I've been searching for what isn't and not really paying attention to the present, to the now. And in reality, the present is all that we have. It's all that's given to us. And if we're not soaking it in, if we're not taking it in, it's gonna go by and you're gonna start missing it. You're not even gonna realize that it's going by. Anyways, there were two things that helped me get over my anxiety and my racing mind around this pregnancy, so I want to share them with you. And at the end, I want to share my own reasoning that really helped calm down my nerves, just in case someone else is going through the same thing and feels really conflicted, because you can be happy and conflicted at the same time. Number one, a good friend of mine told me that the blessing of life is never a mistake. This one set me straight, all the way straight. It's almost like that's all I needed to hear. You think about how much we want to plan our lives and the timing of things and when we want things to happen, as if it's all in our control, as if it's all up to us. I truly believe that we have the power to improve ourselves, improve our lives, improve our circumstances, especially when it comes to our mindset. We definitely have the power to work on that so that we can show up as the best version of ourselves, not only for us, but also for the other people in our lives. We can make better decisions on the day-to-day. Ultimately, the roadmap of our lives is not in our hand, it's in God's hand. Now, I don't know what your faith is, but this year I really feel like I had to surrender. And I hate using that word because at the beginning of the year, everyone on social media was talking about the word surrender. I'm surrendering this year. And I was almost like making fun of them, like, oh yeah, of course, everyone's using the same words. Typical social media. Everyone says the same thing, dresses the same way, do the same thing. And here I am using the same exact word like 4 months later. I really had to let go and surrender. I had to let go of the idea that I had control of everything and I needed to have control of everything. But I was stressing myself out. I had to let all that go and allow myself to bask into this new blessing that is happening in my life. I am going to have another baby. There is life growing inside of me. And this aspect of pregnancy will always, make me so emotional. Like, you think about what the women body can do, the way that we breathe life into this world. Number two, I am giving my daughter the best gift that she could ask for, which is a sibling. Now, this one, I've recently heard it on TikTok out of all the apps, and it spoke to me. Yes, I'm with my baby all day, every day. Yes, she's basically my BFF. We talk all day. I'm learning baby talk as she's learning English. But the thought of her growing so close with her sibling, and they're close in age, I feel like they're gonna experience life in a similar way. They're gonna go to school together. They're gonna learn together. It's a beautiful thing. That thought just brings me so much joy. I can see them going to school together, playing together, consoling each other, just going through life with such a tight bond. At least that's what I hope. And I can't wait to watch them and see it happen. My daughter is such a blessing. She's such a joyful baby. She's just full of happiness and she just loves life. So instead of me thinking about it from the lens of it's unfair to her that I'm gonna have another baby and my attention is gonna be split, it's actually a blessing to her that she's going to have another sibling, and she's not gonna be alone in this life in terms of having a sibling. I can think of me and my brothers. We are each 3 years apart, and 3 years it's a pretty big gap because I couldn't relate to my eldest brother up until like our adult years. So it's very interesting having a baby that's going to be close in age, and I feel like they're gonna go through life together. They're gonna understand and play with each other. Girl, I could cry. Now, my own reasoning, which calmed my nerve, is the fact that I'm fresh out of the newborn stage. It's still brand new. I still remember everything. Like, I'm fresh, I'm ready to go. I don't even need to take a class. Listen, I got this. There's a level of confidence that you have when you go through the first experience of being a mom and then having to go through it again. You go through it with such confidence. You know what you're doing. You know you survived this. It can't be any worse than the first time. Again, if I want to use my brothers, we're each 3 years apart. And I can only imagine with my mom, every 3 years, she had to go back to the newborn stage. And like, by the time 3 years roll around, I feel like you really forget. You're a little rusty. And it's like a decade of constantly being in the newborn stage. And I'm also glad that once it's all done, you know, it's all over with, we're just gonna move out of the newborn stage and we're just gonna watch the kids grow up. Hopefully, I hope it's a boy so that the thought of having another child is gonna be gone. We're gonna close down the fourth permanently. But I just feel like it's ripping a band-aid. You get it all out of the way, you're done with it, and then we can all grow old together. And I also realized that a lot of my reservations around having children close in age really came from the judgment of other people, like outsiders' perspectives. What are other people going to say? What is my mom going to say? There's so much judgment with having children close in age, as if the people that are judging you are actually helping you raise these babies. It's so odd, but you can't live your life for other people. You can't live your life to please other people's timings. You can't live your life trying to fit other people's expectations of how you should live your life. And you know, I'm grown. I'm at peace with my decision, and I'm very comfortable in this era of my life, which is my motherhood era. This is my mommy era. Jen is out here just popping kids. I honestly feel like this had to happen for me to fully get comfortable with the fact that I'm a mother. I have been fighting that transition for a little while. I posted about it in a few of my videos. I just kept wrestling with it, you know. I still vividly remember my life before kids, and I just kept comparing the two. And like I said, if you're not present with what you have now and you keep comparing or imagining or wishing, the present's gonna go by and you're not gonna take advantage of it. You're not gonna make the best out of it, and you're gonna look back and regret the time that you had. So I've been doing that a lot my first year as a mother. And now that I'm pregnant again, I just feel like it really solidified the fact that you're a mom. This is your life. Stop trying to think about what you used to do and how you used to do it. Just create a life that you love with what you have now. I do miss the freedom. I'm not gonna lie. The worry-free life, going to sleep at whatever time, waking up at whatever time. I do miss that, but there's so much more that I've gained. I have a beautiful baby. I have another one inside of me. And it's just such a joyful life. And if I keep looking back at the little things that I missed from my previous life, I'm doing myself a great disservice. So now I'm fully embracing my children era, and I'm gonna be a mom of 2 very soon. I could not have predicted my 30s to be this way. I quit my job, I got married, I got pregnant, now I'm pregnant again. It's just boom, 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 milestones after milestones. It just feels like it's going so fast. And like I said, I might as well just surrender and let life happen and enjoy every moment of it, because I'm pretty sure one day I'm gonna look back and say, oh, I missed my 30s. And you know what? The fact that we don't know what's going to happen in life, it's almost part of the joy of life. We trust that it's gonna go well. We trust that we are going to show up as the best version of ourselves. Of course, we do the work so that it happens. And we just enjoy what life is throwing our way. You can only imagine how boring life would be if we knew exactly what was gonna happen at every single time. Like, it's kind of boring, isn't it? Well, now that you know, I can stop hiding the belly. I can finally show up as my authentic self online. I hope you are here for the ride and you're ready to enjoy all of these pregnancy content, because are you really pregnant if you're not posting about your pregnancy? I don't think so. Before I go, I'll show you the belly. I am 18 weeks today, this week. This pregnancy is going by so fast, and I feel like I'm not even keeping track of it like I did the first time around, but I'm definitely much more comfortable. There's something about going through pregnancy the second time around. The first time, you really don't know what's happening to your body. There's so many changes. Everything is changing, and you're just like, I can't keep up. The second time around, not only do you remember, but your body remembers. So it just happens a little bit effortlessly. Anyways, here's the belly. I kind of feel like I'm a little bit bigger this time around than I was last time. I have to go back and check. But of course, I want to do all the things that I did last time, which is keeping up with my health, working out, eating well, at least as well as I can. This lemonade is probably not the healthiest thing, but it tastes good, so it's fine. It's good for the soul. And just really have a relaxing pregnancy. Sometimes we stress about the things that we can't control, and that can rob the joy out of the moment that we're having. So definitely peaceful, enjoying life. I am working a lot these days, but I'm taking advantage because I feel good. I mean, my second trimester, I feel good. The first trimester was a little shaky. I feel like it's typical. The first trimester really hit you like a brick. There's so many hormonal activities, you're nauseous. It's just a lot. And then you get a little bit better during the second trimester. And that's where I am right now. Things are good. Feeling good, we're looking good. We're minding our business, sipping our lemonade. So I hope you enjoyed this unexpected news. And I'll see you next time. Bye. This drink though. Mm.